Breaking news to bring you now. We're just hearing that President Trump has determined and dictated that Nigeria is to be made a country of particular concern. This is a Truth Social post that the president has shared, saying Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I'm hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. But that is the least of it. When Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, something must be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and report back to me. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. We stand ready, willing and able to save our great Christian population around the world. Signed, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America.
We are tired to be outside performing burial every day, and they expect us to silence. Now it's an order. Nigerian government came out openly and denied there is no massacre, there is no genocide of Christians in Nigeria, and look at it today.
My Naija people, it is really refreshing to see that the true victims of Boko Boys are finally getting attention from one of the most powerful nations in the world, the US. And honestly, I am surprised but glad that even Adamu Gaba understands what's going on. He recently made a video explaining what it means for the US government to label Nigeria as a country of particular concern. I must say he made some valid points. This is the kind of conversation we need more of. If we as citizens could always speak the truth and address national issues without bias or personal gain, maybe our country Nigeria would have found real solutions by now. We must unite and speak with one voice against bad leadership. What's confusing though is how some Nigerian Muslims are reacting to this CPC designation. Instead of acknowledging that the Boko Boys are also buying Muslims, some are getting angry just because Christians are speaking out. That doesn't make sense. If we all agree that innocent people, both Muslims and Christians, are buying, then we should raise our voices together to demand change. Being upset that one group is speaking up against Vavules is illogical and completely unreasonable. We need unity, not division in Nigeria. Let's listen to Adamu Gabas, what he said regarding the US. Thank you.
The United States designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern for the purpose of genocide against Christian population. This means that the US is now going to start official procedural proceedings against Nigeria in some strategic interests where Nigeria is a concern, especially in the area of weapons deployment, because they believe that some of the official weapons that is being supplied to Nigeria find its way into the hands of these terrorists that are committing such genocide. So an action is going to be taken against them. One of the sorts of concern with that designation is that the President of the United States, Donald Trump, is not just standing on the CPC designation. He is also requesting that the House Appropriation Committee chairman and some of the committee responsible, like Tom Riley, to sit down and come back and report to him. And he claims that he will not stand idle by to see fellow Christians are being killed in Nigeria. Most possibly, there is a program or a plan for the boots to be on the ground in order to help prevent the genocide. Most possibly, this is also one of the factors that they are likely going to consider. It means that the general failure of Nigerian leadership may lead to the US boots on the ground in Nigerian soil. And this is very, very damaging to this country. So it means that there is a general vote of no confidence on the current leadership system of the country. They believe that there is a general failure of leadership to provide security of life and property, and that they must do something extra to be able to help in provision of this protection for the life and property of some of the citizens in Nigeria that they're concerned about, especially the Christians. And I believe that's what it's trying to do. So here is what I want to say. The Muslims in this country should not see this as a direct attack against them. Rather, it's a direct attack against the militant terrorist organization. So, and there should be no issue of anger pointed towards some Christian population simply because of this is happening, but rather there should be a general consensus and understanding between the citizens of Nigeria so that we should all understand that there is a failure of leadership in the country, especially the political leadership and the security leadership, to provide the necessary protection that is required for a peaceful and prosperous society. And that is what led us to this problem. So the problem should be viewed from the lens of being generic, not from the lens of being religious division, that will lead to religious division between the Christians and the Muslims. And do not forget, the only interest group that went to the United States to present in the US Congress this concern are the Christian population. Possibly, if there is a Muslim population's delegation that also found their way to the Congress and expressed concern about the genocidal killings that takes place against Muslim population in Nigeria by the same terrorists, maybe that designation will have also happened. So we shouldn't tag it as one religion trying to confront the other, or Christians are trying to confront the Muslims in Nigeria. No, we should see it as the citizens that are supposed to be protected by the security and the leadership of the state that has failed, and that is why the US is trying to do that. And the US is likely doing that because only the Christian population went and reported the issue, to the Congress. Should the Muslim also go and report, they may likely be designated. So this should not instigate any religious differences in Nigeria, but rather it is something that all of us share, that there is a general failure of leadership, both in the political class, most especially the political class, then of course also the security, particularly the political class, because the political class are supposed to provide all the necessary resources for the security to function. But the political class has failed to provide these things, focus on corruption and stealing. And that is why the security are failing, which is leading to the massive rise and general killings by the terrorists. So this should not instigate the citizens against one another. Rather, we know where the problem is. It's coming from the failure of the political class. Thank you.